Hello everyone, Seb from Qdos here. Really hope you're all keeping well. Obviously a slight change in scenery for the video this time around. Desperately hoping a child doesn't run in at any second. We're obviously all living in unprecedented times at the moment with coronavirus creating huge business and economic uncertainty. Not least for the UK's 5 million freelancers, contractors and self-employed. We've obviously been speaking extensively over the last few months about IR35, and naturally that's taking a back seat now. So today we're going to have a look at and try and explain some of the support potentially available to independent workers whose businesses have been impacted by COVID-19. So one of the first announcements that came out was around the coronavirus job retention scheme, which enables employers, and that includes limited company contractors, to place their staff, or in the case of contractors themselves, on furlough, with the government committing to paying 80% of their PAYE earnings, up to a maximum of £2,500 a month, for at least 3 months. As generous as the scheme is, for the hundreds of thousands of contractors out there, it's unlikely to be a great deal of benefit. Obviously, most contractors will pay themselves a salary, a PAYE salary, up to the taxable threshold, which means that for the majority of contractors, the likely maximum they'd be able to claim under that scheme would be about £700 a month, which is in most cases probably unlikely to cover the mortgage, let alone other living costs. After a week or so of further deliberations, the government then announced the Self-Employed Income Support Scheme. Similar to the job retention scheme, the initiative promises to support self-employed workers with a taxable grant of up to 80% of their trading profits, up to a maximum of £2,500 a month. But it is really important to note that this scheme only applies to sole traders and members of a partnership. Limited company contractors who pay themselves salary and dividends are not eligible for the Self-Employed Income Support Scheme, and the government has been criticised for all but ignoring the hundreds of thousands of contractors who very much slip through the net. There is a glimmer of hope for contractors working in the public sector. The government recently announced that certain public sector contractors would be paid 80% of their pay rate, again up to a maximum of £2,500 a month. This applies to limited company contractors, umbrella contractors and PAYE agency workers. It will apply automatically if the contractor is working for a central government department, one of their executive agencies or a non-departmental government body. For other public sector organisations, it's advisable but not mandatory. Obviously, it may be that the government is genuinely trying to protect contractors, but also trying to retain them when they need them more than ever. And whilst it's great news for contractors working in the public sector, it does bring into really sharp focus the fact that private sector contractors are really provided very little or no support at all. So whilst contractors might feel like they're not being provided with a great deal of support, there are a number of other measures that the government have introduced with a view to helping small businesses in general through this period. The Business Interruption Loan Scheme provides companies with a loan of up to £5 million, which is repayable over 6 years. All fees and interest for the first year are covered by the government, and the government are guaranteeing 80% of the loan as well. VAT payments have been deferred, so any VAT bills due between the 20th of March and the 30th of June can be delayed until March 2021. Companies don't need to apply for this, but they will still have to submit VAT returns in a normal way. Self-assessment payments on account have been delayed, so this will apply to all 5 million of the UK's self-employed workers who can defer their payments that would have been due on the 31st of July to the 31st of January 2021. Again, self-employed workers and contractors don't need to apply for this. There's also more time to file accounts, so contractors can apply for 3 extra months to file their accounts at Companies House. Once the application is made, the extension will be automatically and immediately granted, which could potentially prove useful. For more information about support available for contractors, freelancers and the self-employed throughout COVID-19, you can visit our website, but if you do have any specific questions, please either contact us or leave a comment below the video.